In Microsoft 365, you can store files and folders in OneDrive, SharePoint, and now Microsoft Teams. But this confuses a lot of people. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly where you should be storing your files and folders in Microsoft 365. But before we start, a quick introduction. My name is Jonathan Edwards and I'm a business IT consultant from Yorkshire in the UK. My IT company, Integral IT, helps businesses all over the UK with their IT support and the cyber security. Like most of our customers, you are probably using Microsoft 365 for email, file storage, and now Microsoft Teams for collaboration. But there's a lot of confusion as to where you should be storing your files and folders. There's obviously a product called OneDrive, but there's also another product called SharePoint, and now you can store information in Microsoft Teams. So with three different products, where is the right place to store your files and folders? Well, the answer is, it depends what kind of files and folders that we're talking about. So to let me explain a little bit further, let's start talking about OneDrive. Microsoft OneDrive is designed to be your own personal storage space. So nobody else can see the files and folders that you save into your own OneDrive. But also with OneDrive, you do have the capability, if you want to share files and folders with other people. So why would you want to share files and folders from your own OneDrive with other people? Well, firstly, let's mention sharing with OneDrive should be done on a fairly limited basis. But I'll give you an example as to how I share files from my OneDrive. So in my OneDrive, I've got an Excel spreadsheet, which is my monthly expenses. Obviously, this information is private to me. No one else should see it. But at the end of every month, I need to share my expense report with the payroll department. So what I can simply do is share my expense report with the payroll department at the end of every month. That is a perfect way to use sharing with OneDrive. So I can explain the point further. Let's have a look at how OneDrive works. So as you can see, I've logged in to my Microsoft 365. To access OneDrive, I can just go up here, I can click on there, and I can open OneDrive. Now the files and folders inside of here are my own personal files and folders. So let's just have a look. I've got something called Family Holidays, and I've got a couple of holiday photos in there. What I can do, this is a list format, I can go up here and I can choose tiles, so I can view images like that. So there's a picture of me on one of my summer holidays, and I can also look at my other picture, which is a picture of my dog Roland on his Christmas holiday last year. So these files are personal and they're private to me. So they will be stored in my own OneDrive. And I can also go back and I can see my expense reports. What I'll do is I'll just change this back to list. I've also got a folder called My Expense Reports, and it's got that expenses spreadsheet that I was talking about. I don't want other people to see this because it's my private information. So at the end of every month, I can simply right click on this and I can click on share. And I can type in the email address of the person that I want to share it with. What I can also do is I can set an expiration date. So I can say a couple of days after payroll has been run, stop this from being shared. So again, it makes it private just for me. And I can also say, I don't want the person to edit anything because it's my expense report. I don't want anybody else making any changes. So that's a really good example into OneDrive file sharing. Now, I've seen some businesses use OneDrive to share too many files and folders. The more sharing you do from within your OneDrive, it quickly becomes messy. What I've seen some companies do is create a folder in the OneDrive called something like company data, and it's got everything in there. So it's called company data, and then what they'll do is they'll share that out to everybody in their organization. So they're using their own personal OneDrive as kind of a file server. That is the wrong way to use OneDrive. So what do you do if you want to create some shared storage space for people in your business? Perhaps you've got a sales team and you want everybody in the sales team to be able to see some files and folders. Well, you don't use OneDrive for that. Instead, you would create a SharePoint site. So how do you do that? Well, back to my Microsoft 365, I will click on here and you can see here that there's SharePoint. So I will click on there, and the top left-hand corner, you can see I can create a site. There's two kinds of site that you can create. There's a team site, which is generally used for shared storage like this example, or there's a communication site. Now the communication sites are generally used for a lot of kind of one-way conversation. But in this instance, I'm going to create a team site. The first thing it's going to ask me is what do I want to call it? So let's stick to that example that I've just said. It's going to be sales team. So I call this sales team. Now you can see here that it's available and it gives me the site address of this sales team. Now the privacy settings I think is quite important. We want IT security to be paramount. So there's two options here. There's a private and a public. So if it's public, it means anybody in your business can see the sales team data. This might be okay, but I always set these up as private and then I invite people in. Then I click on next. Now it's saying add members. So what I would do now is simply I would add all the members from the sales team, and then that would give them permission over the data in the SharePoint site. I'm not going to add any members here. I'm just going to click on finish. Now you can see it has created my sales team SharePoint site, and within here I've got some document library here, so I can click on there. What I can do, I can create folders and I can create all kinds of documents inside the SharePoint site. So I can create a folder called telesales, maybe one called social media. And then within these files, I can create documents. So I could open my online version of Microsoft Word, test document, and all that is stored in my new SharePoint site. So as you can see so far, I've been working in the web portal of 365. What happens if I want to work on my computer, if I want to access the files and folders on my computer? Well, let's just start with the OneDrive example from before. So OneDrive is installed already on every computer that runs Windows 10 and Windows 11, but you're not signed in. So what I can do, I can simply sign into OneDrive. I'll just enter the email address, and I will click on sign in, and then I go through the setup process. And once that's done, I can click on later for the mobile app, and then I can open my OneDrive folder. So as you can see here, I've now got a folder. I'll just extend this out here. I've got OneDrive Jonathan Edwards. Now, do you remember before when I showed you the picture of my family holiday and my expense reports? As you can see, everything is now here. I can see my two pictures that I had, and I've got my expense reports as well. Now going back to that sales team SharePoint site that we had. So I'll go back to here, and I might want to use this SharePoint site on my computer as well. So all I simply do is click on this sync button here, and that will launch OneDrive. I'll just click on that. And now it's telling me that it's syncing my files. So if I go back to Windows Explorer, you can see here now I've got my OneDrive that with a little OneDrive icon, and I've got kind of it's like an office icon, and it says here that I've also got my sales team documents here. So that's how you would sync those files and folders from OneDrive and SharePoint to your local PC. So hopefully that makes sense. It's OneDrive for your own personal storage, and it's SharePoint for shared storage. So you can create different SharePoint sites for different departments or different projects, or however you want to use it. You can use both within the web version, and you can synchronize both to your personal PC for ease of use. Where does Microsoft Teams come into all this? So Microsoft Teams is a huge product that's used for collaboration. I've spoke to lots of people who've said, oh, we store all of our files and folders within Microsoft Teams. This is perhaps a little bit misleading, because behind every Teams channel is actually a SharePoint site. Let me explain a little bit further. So if I open my web portal here, I'll just close that and close this, and I'm going to open Microsoft Teams. So this is my Microsoft Teams. It's a little bit empty. It's just a test account. So there's nothing in it. But if I go in and if I create a team, I'll create it from scratch. I'll make sure it's private. I'll give it a name. So let me call this accounts. And then I'll create it. Again, I can add members to my new team if I want to, but I'm just going to click on skip, and there is my accounts team now. Now you'll notice at the top, I've got something called files. Okay, so when I click on there, it should open a little file menu. So what I'm going to do now as an example, I'm just going to go like this. And I'm going to go back to my OneDrive. I'm going to get my expense report just to prove a point here. And I'm going to drag that into here. Now, I wouldn't normally do this because I don't want people in the accounts to see my expenses. So that is in there. And you can see it's along the files there. I've got an option here called Open in SharePoint. So if I click on Open in SharePoint, you can see it's just like the sales team one. So every time you create a Teams channel, it will create a SharePoint storage site behind it. So you can't actually store files in Teams. It's all done behind the scenes with SharePoint. So again, if I wanted, I could sync this accounts SharePoint site down to the computer. Go back to File Explorer. You can see now I've got accounts and I've got the sales team. So how you use this is completely up to you. We've got some customers who are using OneDrive for the personal storage and then they use SharePoint. They've not really adopted Microsoft Teams. The idea about Microsoft Teams is they want you to do everything within Microsoft Teams. So you collaborate, you've got the ability to make phone calls, and you can also access all your files and folders without leaving Microsoft Teams. So as more organizations adopt Microsoft Teams, that is the way you will work. Just one other thing to add, if I've got a Teams channel and I want to add an existing SharePoint site to it, I can do that by clicking on the plus. And I can click on document library. So if I want to add the sales team SharePoint library to my accounts team, no, it's not a great example, I can do that. So I can use the SharePoint link and I can copy the SharePoint link of the sales team and it finds it. And then I click on next. I choose the documents there, I click on next. We can call it anything. So I can call this sales team so it's familiar for people. And then you can see I've also got that. So you can have multiple SharePoint libraries along the top there. So I hope that's explained. I hope it's clarified. It's OneDrive for personal storage. It's SharePoint for shared company storage. And it's Teams channels with a SharePoint backend if you're using Microsoft Teams. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I look forward to seeing you again soon.